Hello, 22 Tony here, with another discussion on collecting vintage and antique ammo. Today I'd like to talk a little bit about the Spencer rimfire cartridges. Well, it's almost impossible to talk about the Spencer cartridges without at least mentioning the Spencer rifle. In 1860, Christopher Spencer received a patent for his new lever-action rifle. The rifle contained 7 rounds magazine that went through the buttstock. Now, for his 1860 rifle, it was chambered for the 56-56 Spencer. Now, this cartridge was measured a little bit different than some other cartridges. The first number is the diameter of the case right below the rim. And the second number is the diameter of the case right at the mouth. So in this case, 56-56, this is a non-tapered case. Now the bullet itself, depending on the source, I've been given a few different diameters, and you know, I don't want to go off my own measurements. I've read that the bullet itself diameter is anywhere from 52 caliber to 55 caliber, so that may be variations in manufacturing at the time, but there is a little bit of a variation there. In 1861, Mr. Spencer was able to sell 700 of his rifles to the Navy Department. And once they began testing them, the word got out pretty rapidly, and they spread throughout the United States military. The Army picked them up shortly after that. The 56-56 cartridge was able to produce a velocity of 1,200 feet per second, where the comparable muzzle loader at the time was somewhere right around 1,000 feet per second. There are some sources that credit the Meade's win at Gettysburg over Lee due to the Spencer cartridge. Custer's 5th and 7th Michigan Cavalry were armed with the Spencers. Now in 1864, the 56-50 Spencer was developed at Springfield Armory. Okay, so that's a little bit slightly different variation. This one is a tapered cartridge, 56 at the rim and 50 at the mouth. So it is a tapered down cartridge a little bit. It's similar to the 56 Spencer. Now there was also a neck down version, the 56-46. Now this was not a military cartridge. This, from what I understand, was strictly a sporting cartridge, so it wasn't used in the military. There is another Spencer cartridge, I don't have one, is a 56-52. Now that one I had a lot more trouble finding good quality details on the internet and in my research books. I'm finding conflicting information. One book said that it was not used in the Civil War at all, while another source said that it was widely used at Gettysburg. One source says that it was a neck-down cartridge, but then it says that it was interchangeable with the 56-50, which is not neck-down, which is just tapered. So I probably have to do a little more research, and hopefully some of you will do a little bit more research, or maybe you already know the history of the Spencer cartridge. But this is just something interesting. This is our first military cartridge, and it's you know, some part of our history. The Spencer rifle, as far as the importance to the Civil War, probably the most important military arm in the Civil War. Unfortunately, the Spencer company went out of business shortly after the war, was sold several times, and eventually absorbed by Winchester. But certainly a part of our American history, and definitely an interesting cartridge and an interesting rifle and carbine as well. Well, I didn't take a lot of your time today. I just wanted to give you a little bit of information on the Spencer cartridge. Hopefully this was interesting to you. I hope you'll share my videos and watch the other ones. Hopefully this gives you something to think about, and maybe give some of you some reason to do a little bit of research. As always, thanks for watching.